right, this is Robert Mansfield with JD Power here at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada for the JD Power Automotive Summit. Here in the POWERseat with Dan Mohnke, SVP of Sales and Marketing and Operations for Nissan. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Robert. Glad to be here.
So you just got done on stage as one of our keynote speakers, and you had some pretty insightful things to say. But to start off, it's been a while now, but how's Nashville?
Oh, Nashville's awesome. You know, Nissan's been there 12 years. The city is booming. It is fun. It's we got the Predators, we got the Titans, we got music. It's a good city.
And I was there for the Eclipse this year, so that
Were
was
you really?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
That was cool too.
Yeah, so very, very, very cool stuff. One of the things that we saw today in our event was a kind of a focus on disruption. Nissan has some plans to disrupt. Well, what does disruption mean to Nissan?
You know, there's a couple different fronts that it means to Nissan, and one front is the product front. So disruption in the product revolution, which I spoke about, we're disrupting where we're bringing technology down to price points that no others are doing. ProPilot Assist is a good example. We have it in the Nissan Rogue, Model Year 18 Rogue. We have it in the Leaf. Stay tuned next week for the unveil of the all-new Altima that's coming this fall. There'll be some news around ProPilot Assist there as well.
I've seen some spy shots.
Okay. But technology and bringing technology for the masses in the vehicles with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, that's one of the big disruptions that we have in our plan.
Yeah, so technology in the vehicles definitely is a big part of the future of Nissan. Also within dealerships, technology is becoming more and more important. One of the things you said in your presentation was how digital can help increase loyalty for dealers. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I think to your point, the customer journey is going digital, right? Nobody can stop that. It is going digital. Who's going to get there first? And the company and the dealers and the OEMs that get there first are the ones that will have an advantage from a consumer experience standpoint. When you deliver an experience for the consumer that they want digitally, not only are you increasing the experience for the consumer, but you're also increasing your knowledge about that consumer. And I think with that knowledge of that consumer, then you have better, more efficient ways to market to that consumer, communicate to that consumer, to understand where are they at exactly with their vehicle ownership cycle? How do they use their vehicle? Are they maybe due for this next service? Can we communicate them directly through the vehicle to bring them in? And just even their shopping pattern and understanding kind of the vehicles that they were looking at as they were shopping and then ultimately bought. You can maybe use that as you market towards them for loyalty as well.
And personalization is becoming a big thing in the automotive industry. People don't want to be scared by it, but other industries are changing expectations at the consumer level. So how is Nissan looking at some of these other companies and looking to adapt to that kind of strategy?
Yeah, I think to your point, we have to give the consumer what they want, and personalization really comes into that, right? So we're looking at vehicles, for example, how we can offer personalization in the trims and the offerings that we have, how we can do some things with our after sales and accessories for personalization, but then in the experience as well. People want the experience personalized to them. Right. We've actually done that with our, we call it the NCAR tablet-based program that we use for delivery. It's very much personalized to the consumer. The process in the dealership is to really ask the consumer, what would you like from a delivery standpoint? What do you need to know more about? What would you like to know more about? What information would you like about your vehicle? And cover the things that are very personalized to the consumer while still hitting the main things that we need to cover as well. I think that can be said for the sales process as well. Starting with a personalized sales process that's very much focused on the consumer needs and using technology to help guide you through that process.
Yeah, I mean, customers are really starting to change those expectations, and I think that will help tremendously if we can get it dialed into the dealership level.
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, product is king. There's a lot of news in the product world as it relates to your brand with a big launch here coming up pretty quickly. But what's the most exciting new product on the market right now that I've got to be looking at that I can't miss?
I tell you what, if you haven't checked out the all-new Nissan Leaf, you need to do that. So we're launching the all-new Nissan Leaf actually right now. It's we've got 15,000 reservations for this vehicle. 3,000 of those have converted to sales, and we've got consumers waiting for the product. Mainly the technology that this vehicle brings. So the ProPilot Assist, which I discussed, is essentially that lane centering technology. And not only lane centering, but then controlling the distance all the way down to 0 and up on highway speeds of the car in front of you really takes the stress out of driving. Well, we're bringing that not just on the high trim of the Nissan Leaf, it's actually on the mid trim as well. In fact, 62% of the sales of the Nissan Leaf have this ProPilot Assist right now. That's much higher than we planned. We were thinking maybe 50%, but consumers are eating it up. They love it.
It's got to be high compared to the other cars in that segment as well.
Yeah, well, it's a class exclusive feature in that segment. So that's one element from a product standpoint. On the right after Nissan Leaf, the all-new Leaf, we have an all-new Nissan Kicks. This is a gateway SUV for us, entry into the SUVs under 19,000 with some amazing, we call it class above technology in it. So standard automatic emergency brake that doesn't come in that price range. This is part of kind of Nissan's philosophy of bringing technology into price points and into segments that doesn't exist today. And then shortly after that, we'll have the all-new Altima. And I can tell you the all-new Altima is a game changer for the mid-size segment. Next week at New York Auto Show, we'll be unveiling it. So you can, I'll share all the details then. I wish I could tell you more, but I'll share all the
details. I'll be there in New York to check it out.
Come by. We'll have a conversation.
Great news. Lots of really great things happening at Nissan right now. Thank you very much for coming and participating in our event and for sitting down in the J.D. Power seat.
All right.
Thank
you, Robert.